all eyes on the possible outcome of the midterms and how the balance of power could shake out. Decision Desk HQ closely tracking the latest polling right now, projecting Democrats with a 61% chance of keeping control of the Senate. But in the House, Republicans with a 78% chance of taking back power. For the past 6 months, there have been talks of a red wave this November, but the Supreme Court's decision on Roe versus Wade tilted the scale toward Democrats. Correspondent Kelly Meyer is live in Washington. Kelly, there is still time, but Democratic support could be losing some steam at this point.
Well, Nichole, it's all about timing, right? Especially in politics. And right now, trends are showing Democrats' lead shrinking, especially in the Senate. Today, President Biden raising the alarm, calling this the most consequential election in our history. He's trying to rally Democrats around the central issue of abortion. He's promising to legalize abortion if voters send enough Democrats to Congress. But with pocketbook issues plaguing the president, it's up to voters if that pitch is enough to keep Democrats in power.
I want to remind us all how we felt that day when 50 years of constitutional precedent was overturned.
Speaking in front of a Restore Roe backdrop, the nation's top Democrat, President Joe Biden, working to revive the energy his party felt over the summer following the Supreme Court decision overturning Roe versus Wade. That summer surge fading into the fall months. A New York Times Siena College poll showing Republicans holding a 49-45 lead over Democrats. This as gas prices climb back up and inflation remains hot with less than 3 weeks until Election Day.
Do you think that Democrats peaked too soon with this?
Yeah, that is sort of the fear, is that there is a bit of what we call policy fatigue. That is, people get tired of thinking about the same issue. But that changes once it gets closer to Election Day.
Political experts say President Biden is hoping the backlash on the abortion issue will help Democrats avoid the red wave that generally makes a splash during a president's first midterm. Republican candidates keeping a focus on inflation as they face off against Democratic opponents.
We need to stop spending money that we don't have. The runaway spending is one of the reasons why we have inflation.
The economy remains the top issue among voters ahead of Election Day. Republicans believe Democrats are going to be the ones paying the price at the polls. Democrats say they're focused on all the issues and shouldn't be counted out.
People are making a decision between two parties versus just solely looking at inflation or just solely looking at energy prices or the economy. They're also looking at the strength of the candidates. They're looking at some of their qualities. They are looking at reproductive rights. So this is not going to come down to just one issue.
And early voting already smashing records in battleground Georgia. Over 130,000 ballots cast in person. That's compared to just over 70,000 on the first day of early voting in 2018. The U.S. Elections Project showing more Democrats have voted early than Republicans. Nichole?
All right, Kelly, thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.